I'm Brice Wilson, and I'm happy to be here. Of course, I'm 96 years old, and when you're 96 years old, perhaps that's just happy to be any place. Well, I graduated from high school in the middle of World War II, 1944. I was in the Naval Aviation Cadet Program, and then they closed the program and visited us from V5 to V6. And so that's boot camp. I told them I wanted to be an aerial gunner, but they misunderstood me, put me in the medics. So I served as a hospital corpsman in Naval Fleet Hospital 113, where we were accepting patients from Iwo Jima and Okinawa, stabilizing them and sending them to the hospitals nearest their home. I was recalled again after college on an ROTC commission, and so I am credited with 2 combat tours in Korea as an airborne electronics officer. I retired after 31 years of service as a base dental surgeon. But I'm very proud to have the opportunity to wear my uniform on Veterans Day and perhaps pay tribute to those who deserve the tribute more, those who didn't come back. They're the real heroes. Some years ago, my wife and I had the opportunity to visit a dedication of a rather beautiful, unique building. Our host then was a rather distinguished-looking old gentleman, and I noticed that he had a lapel pin. I thought I knew what it was, but I asked him, and he said, "Thank you for asking. I was a bomber pilot in World War II, and that's the Distinguished Flying Cross. And the reason that I wear it is that it gives me an opportunity when people ask, and particularly our young people, to tell them how I feel about our country, how I feel about our flag." I kind of copied that, and I wear a lapel pin. And when young people ask me, I have an opportunity to express how I feel about our flag. It's a very wonderful feeling to have. Our children and young people are our most prized possessions. They are our future. They are the future management of our country and our lives. And it really distresses me to find that they're constantly being bombarded with negativisms, with people who teach them, among other things, that it's not cool to be patriotic. Our flag is just a piece of cloth. We don't have to stand up for our national anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance. Our Constitution is just a piece of paper. It's more than that. And I think it's up to us as citizens, as parents, as grandparents, to rebut these things that they're being told, to let them know how we feel about our country and about our flag, to let them know that freedom is not always free, but sometimes it must be protected and defended. Perhaps we can tell them about the Minutemen at Lexington and Concord. Perhaps we can tell them about our Civil War, where men fought and died, sometimes brother against brother, to ensure the freedom of all men, regardless of the color of their skin or their ethnic background. Perhaps we can tell them about the men who fought and died in the trenches of France, about the men who fought in tanks in North Africa, hedgerows of Europe, or on the beaches of Normandy, so that we're not goose-stepping and saluting the swastika. Perhaps we can tell them about the men who fought and died in the islands of the Pacific, islands that we can hardly pronounce, let alone spell, Anahuac, Okinawa, Iwo Jima, so that we're not saluting the flag of the rising sun. Perhaps we can tell them about the men who fought and died in the frozen rice paddies of Korea, or the jungles of Vietnam, or the women and men who died in Desert Storm to preserve our way of life. Yes, freedom is not always free. It must be right. Perhaps this can be made more complete by the words of a great patriot, Patrick Henry, who, addressing the House of Burgess on the eve of our Revolutionary War, gave us these words, words that most Americans know and some have made to memory. Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased by the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. God bless America. Thank you.